Hey everyone, welcome to our Twitter space for this week. And yes, this is Jovi again. And for this week, we will have Datachain, and we have Case over here joining us today to give us more information about their project. So, Case, can you um, give us a brief introduction about yourself and Datachain?
Hello, Jovis. Thank you for having me today,
Mm-hmm.
and thank you to the all the SWFT team for having us. So, what can I say about myself and Datachain? We are a Paris-based startup. We have a strong focus on everything regarding big data, blockchain, digital twin, and tokenization. And we started this journey in 2018 when we have been invited by people from Iconic Lab in Germany to join their acceleration program. And so far, we have been able to develop several use cases of the blockchain technologies, and we created a whole ecosystem of platforms and technologies in which it will be possible for corporate entities and for individuals to basically develop some digital experience that match with what we are envisioning for the Web3 in general, and maybe the future of internet as well.
All right, thank you so much. And can you explain the core mission and vision of the Datachain Foundation?
Yeah, our core mission is to bridge the gap between the decentralized finance, traditional businesses, and economy by leveraging real-world use case involving, as I said, AI, blockchain, and tokenization. So our vision is to create a seamless and secure ecosystem where your data, your tokenized assets, and their value can be distributed and shared freely, and that can enable individuals to basically benefit from the network effect that is deep embedded within the internet. For example, we have developed some product for the Dubai Internet City and the NRD in partnership with HPE. In 2019, we created the passenger wallet in provision of the Dubai Expo 2020. And the idea was to simplify the way individuals can manage their identity, can basically validate the authenticity of their information, and then have a seamless experience at the custom. Um, at the time, Dubai was expecting 30 million people for the Dubai Expo, and the challenge for the airport was to have something as smooth and as possible and as frictionless as possible. So we developed that at the time with the team of HPE, and so since we have pursued our collaboration with industrial, we had one project with the city of Den Haag, where we used the data wallet and artificial intelligence in order to do the predictive maintenance of smart lights within the city. So we position ourselves at the at the crossroad between the geek and the nerd approach of technologies, crafting part of this future, and in the same time we have a strong focus on industrial application of the tools that we are developing. Since May of this year, for example, we are collaborating with a watchmaker, and in order to proceed to the tokenization of luxury watches and leveraging NFTs and digital twins to be able to integrate some services like insurance, maintenance, and the transmission, inheritance of precious asset like luxury watches. So I believe that the contribution that we are doing for the market, our role at Datachain Foundation is to help the whole industry to basically connect with more traditional economies and industries, such as, for example, you have the automotive industry as well, on which we are focused. We have real estate. We have people that came to us to ask us if we would be able to develop some use case for them in this industry.
Okay. So, how does the Datachain Foundation differentiate itself from other organizations working on decentralized data management?
Is holistic approach of decentralized data management. So we combine blockchain technologies with AI-driven solutions to not only manage data but also tokenize tangible asset, creating a unique combination of digital and real-world value. So if you are able basically to manage your tangible assets in a virtual environment, then you have successfully bridged the gap between two worlds that so far have been considered like being totally incompatible and distant. So this approach enables us to address a wide range of industries and use case for finance, from finance to agriculture, automotive, luxury. We can even envision education because, for example, within the nanoverse, so everyone that have been investing in Datachain Foundation and that acquires the token for the last 18 months, you will receive an invitation to get access to the nanoverse or simulation environment, where it will be possible for you to start basically discovering all the hybrid digital experience that we're creating. So one of the experience that will be published in the next months will be the digital version, the digital twin of the Alexandria library, and we will have people like Albert Einstein that will be holding some masterclass there, and we are able to do that because we master AI. We are able to create large linguistic models, and on the other hand, we are also very strong thanks to our digital and 3D teams to create a perfect digital twin of Albert Einstein. And that's I think that's part of the direction where metaverses and what I call simulation environments or augmented reality technologies we go. You will have digital entities,
Mm-hmm.
smart digital entities that will be basically operating in this environment.
Okay. So, what inspired the creation of the Datachain Foundation and how has it evolved since its inception?
So, I think in 2017, 2018, we initiated a project with Porsche, with my Datachain Foundation sister company, which name is Brain Cities. So we were working with Porsche, and here in Europe, you have the GDPR regulation that arrived that was designed to limit the abilities of software editors and website editors to extract value and manipulate the information of individuals. Because basically, on one hand, it's some kind of infringement of the natural rights or the right of individuals, but mainly also because you had a lot of data breaches and all the risk linked to data forgeries that could arise from these issues. And at the same time, you had Equifax that had some one of the largest data breach of history, and we saw that we had to find a solution in order to protect the users of our solutions data. So we developed the first version of the data wallet, which are distributed databases, and from there we grew. We opened ourselves to blockchain. As I said, people from Iconic Lab in Frankfurt Now they have become a Dutch asset management, Dutch digital asset management AG. They invited us to join their acceleration program, and this bridged the gap between the feeling and the conviction that we had that one individual must be in control of its data, and the technical opportunities offered by not blockchain, but the idea of decentralization. And so, since the beginning, I would say that we didn't change our focus. We are strongly focused on individual liberties. We have a strong libertarian DNA, and we applied it. We translated this statement into a technology that technically would enable anyone to stay in full control of its data, whatever. For those that are interested, we can have a more in-depth discussion regarding the technical aspect. Um, so our organization obviously has evolved by expanding the team and developing new products and services, and developing some partnerships with corporate and institutional organizations. But our vision of decentralized, user-centric data economy didn't change from the beginning. If you read everything we have written, and we have written quite a lot of articles and papers, it didn't change. We stayed the same from the beginning, and I think that part of the thing is that the industry need. And the other thing is that we make the choice to be focused on the technology. And I have to admit, I don't know, the future will tell if I'm right. But we never have been 100% focused on the token, for example, because I believe that um, projects that have a very strong focus on their token become lazy, because it's easy to extract value from the market using market makers, marketings, FOMO, while you don't spend a lot of time building a strong product and a strong technical foundation for your project. So we have decided to make the opposite. We have decided to be strongly focused on the development of the technology, of the product, innovating, sometimes going at the opposite of the market. And I believe that this strategy and this position will help us in the future. Uh, we will end up having one of the most, let's say, interoperable and adaptive platform of the market. And we will be able to attract many industries. This year, we have started using a new business model in terms of development. We have decided that we will be adopting external growth approach, which means that instead of burning the cash that our investors will pour into the company, what we have decided to do is to acquire majority shares of companies in which we are able to integrate our technologies, which means that you integrate the technology within a company that you acquire. For example, a company specialized in the maintenance of public light, so we integrate the use case that we did with Den Haag. And then now you have not only a market, you have some customers, you have companies which value have been increased thanks to the adding of technological value. And you expand the use case of both your technology and the token also, because the token is integrated within all use cases. So I think that's something that will be expanding. We tried to do it this year. We saw that it would be very easy with the watchmaker. It appears that it's way more complicated than we thought. But I believe that that's the right way to go. Um, we are playing like the big boys, like people like Zuckerberg, They have been able to grow big because they have been able to understand that Instagram and WhatsApp would be the next platform in the future, and they didn't miss the opportunity. And this enabled them to stay relevant and to maintain their ability to grow. If we look at what Elon Musk is doing by acquiring companies like Tesla, X, etc. So that's the same principle. So once you have all this platform, is able to create synergies and create an entire ecosystem where his user are able to have several different experience. But now you maybe in the future you will be talking to your car using the X application. So that's one of the ways that we have been following for the last 10 months because we started this strategy in May. No, not in May. It was in January. January.
Okay, and how does the Datachain Foundation's decentralized data management infrastructure work, and what are its primary applications?
Okay, I would say the Datachain decentralized data management infrastructure is the backbone of all our ecosystem. Um, ultimately, what we would like to do is to create what we call data boxes. Data boxes are small nodes of internet where that have the ability to support some telecommunication protocols. So it can be Wi-Fi or how you call it in English. I don't remember. Um, light speed the telecommunication protocols.
Mhm.
It has the ability it has some storage capabilities, and it has also some computation capabilities. And technically, it's like a small server in which you can store your website or your podcast or whatever decentralized applications that you use to generate your content. And it makes you 100% autonomous, which means that you cannot be censored. So this distributed, decentralized network of data boxes
Mhm.
that are the tangible version of the data wallet are the internet that we are envisioning. And this is the decentralized data management infrastructure that we are describing. And as a user, if you are a corporate, what you can do, you can create a federation for bankers or for whatever industries in which you are operating. And your federation will be able to connect with a community of users, and you connect your data box, which can be that a traditional dataware infrastructure. You can connect it to an infinite numbers of data boxes or data wallet. It depends if you are using the cloud or the on-premise version of the system. And I think that this approach of the internet might be able to solve a lot of the problems that we have right now, where you have people that are forced to use VPN to have access to basic information in some case, or people that are just erased from the internet for reasons that are very partisan. And additionally, it would also enable us to basically have the possibilities to create an internet where you can be 100% certain that it's made of human, and to compare to an internet where you have a lot of bots and AI algorithms that are generating content, simulating the behaviors of real humans. And I think at the end of the day, the big challenge that we have in the next years will be, on one hand, how do you protect your digital twins? And when I'm talking about digital twin here, I'm not talking about the 3D avatar that most people have on the in the metaverses. I'm talking about the accumulated aggregation of information that people generate on internet since the last 30 years for some of us. And so how do you take control of this digital twin? How do you claim it? And we are working with notaries, and we are working with lawyers to find ways to legally enable people to become the owners of their digital twins, which means that data gatherers like Equifax, like Facebook, like Google's wouldn't lose the abilities to exploit these digital twins without the authorization of individuals. So it's a long road. It's a long road to before we reach this goal. That's why we created the how we call it, the State of the Block conference, which enable us to basically manage share all this. I don't know if I answered the questions.
Yeah, but
Probably.
yeah, you did. Thank you so much. So, can you elaborate on the concept of tokenized tangible assets and how it benefits the users?
Yeah, tokenized tangible assets represent real world assets like real estate, commodities, watches, converted into digital twins. So you have a digital twin. People that are familiar to the BIM in the real estate industry. So that's exactly the same thing. It's a BIM principle applied to everything, to all industries. And the people have the abilities to basically so there is a non-fungible token that is linked to the digital twin, and the digital twin, which is a data set, okay, um, is can be updated, and services can be connected to this digital twin. Services like, for example, the insurance, maintenance, the inheritance, and all the services that we obviously didn't envision so far. And people can trade the NFTs that is linked to the digital twins. And as the asset, for example, is conserved within a vault in a bank, or in or isn't produced. For example, you can be the owner of a car that haven't been produced yet. Still, you can trade it. So the tokenized tangible asset will enable us to make liquid some assets that are not today, and then you can use it as collaterals for almost anything.
Okay. So, the other question that I have is that how does the data wallet product empowers users in terms of data management and visualization?
So the owner of the data wallet have the possibility to basically um, to control, have the full control over its personal data. It allows individuals to manage and monetize their data securely while providing a visual representation of how their data is used. So user can make not only informed decision about the data sharing, but they can also revoke the access to their information. If they want, they can monetize it. But probably the thing that is the most interesting is that you have to envision a web browser like Safari or Google Chrome or any kind of a web browser um, integrating a data wallet, which means that basically all the information that you generate while you are on the internet would be stored within your data wallet, and the database and the database of the website that would be using your information, instead of being in the website database, might be in your wallet. So you that's why when I described the data wallet in the beginning, I was talking about distributed databases, because each wallet is a fully decentralized distributed database that can be connected to any third parties. So this is exactly how MetaMask is behaving with Uniswap, for example. So informations are stored within the MetaMask and exploited within Uniswap. And you can apply this principle to almost anything.
Okay. So, um, what is the significance of the nanoverse in context of the Datachain Foundation's offerings?
So the nanoverse is a simulation environment. It's also, for me, the next version of what data visualization will be in the future. The big opportunity of virtual and augmented reality is the ability to add um, some dynamic information, some intelligence to the living layers of reality. For example, there is a tree in front of my house. I believe that it's sick. So the glasses of my windows, if it was smart glasses, I would be able to interrogate to click on the image of the not the image but on the image, yes, or the reflection of the trees, and ask what is the state of these trees. And the system would be able to say, okay, the tree is sick because there is too much mushroom, or there is an insect that is eating its roots, etc., etc. So the nanoverse is designed for this exact purpose. It's designed to create an additional layer to the reality, where it will be possible for industrial to train autonomous entities like artificial intelligence, but also to generate smart interaction with individuals for giving them information about their environment, and also for exploring a new form of governance by creating simulation of this new form of governance, for simulating, for example, the evolution of the climate on environment, and many other things alike. And we will use it for the automotive industry. We will return to our friends from Startup Autobahn in Stuttgart, sorry, and we will use it for the education. So we are currently, as I said, creating a digital twin of the Library of Alexandria, and creating a digital twin of Albert Einstein, and where Albert Einstein will be having some master classes about all the topics that he was actually discussing when he was still alive. And we will extend this experience to and open it to all the people that wants to create experiences for their communities or for their universities, etc. So for me, that's the nanoverse is a key component of the data chain, because this is the converging point for the data wallet, because everything that is contained within the data wallet can be emulated within the nanoverse. For the token, so this token can be used within the nanoverse to pay access some to purchase some computation credits, or some simulation credits, um, for e-commerce as well. People can have some e-commerce experience within the nanoverse. So it's almost infinite what you can do there. So it would take me 1 hour to just to talk about it.
Okay, no problem at all. So, how could you describe the ethos and culture of the Datachain Foundation?
So I would say that the Datachain Foundation foster a culture of innovation, transparency, empowerment, collaboration. We believe that by leveraging the collective, and the knowledge of a community, you can not only innovate faster, but you can also drive meaningful change in whatever industry, let alone the blockchain and data management space. So collaboration, integrity, and user-centric approach are the core component of our ethos.
Okay, and can you introduce us to some key members of your core team and the roles?
Sure. I would start with my right hand, Dalila. She is the one that is making sure that we are on track on her roadmap. She's spending a lot of energy, and she's having a lot of stress organizing State of the Block, for example. And if last year we had a perfect setup and a fantastic event, is because she's very engaged person. And then you have Walid. Walid is coordinating the development of the Nanoverse, and also the launchpad for the Nanoverse, all the AI algorithms that are integrated within each of our platforms. And we also have someone like Lucas. Lucas is the father of the data wallet, the new version of the data wallet. Rishav was the father of the first version, and the one that have been developed with HPE. And Lucas is the father of the version that is now published on iOS and Android. And we have an ecosystem of advisors, people like KG Steven, for example, that brought us within the XDC ecosystem. And we have also Mats from Sweden, who is supporting Datachain since the beginning, when we were accelerated by Iconic Lab in Frankfurt. And you have the brother Aziza, so Xavier and Alexandre, who are both investors, but also that are supporting the business development and growth of the company. So it's an equilibrium of external skills and contributions, with some a core team of very specialized people that are very passionate. And this ability to integrate various cultures and environments that enables us to thrive and to produce some very innovative solutions so far.
Okay, thank you so much. And um, what partnerships or collaborations are you currently exploring or looking forward to?
So the main focus, I would say, is that the weak point of Datachain Foundation right now is its token. I think that it will be our main focus starting Q4. And we have to improve liquidity. We have to improve the size of the community, and we have to initiate the use of the token in all the platforms that we have created. So I don't believe that if crypto must thrive, we must move from a centralized exchange focus to a use case centered focus of the use of the token. So that's something that on which we are working very hard. We are working with some prominent brand that we will integrate within a larger ecosystem here in Paris. It's not always very easy, because when you are talking with this of time to have the validation of anything. And but having, for example, having the this token powering a marketplace similar to Amazon, not in terms of site, but I mean in terms of features, that's something that could happen within the next 12 months. and having the token being used for to pay for the subscription of the merchant, or for the subscription of the buyers, is something that might be applicable and that people can expect. So liquidity, more use case for the token that are not centralized exchange or decentralized exchange focused. Because from what I understand how the world is moving, regulation could be the downfall of all tokens. So all tokens need to have a strong utility, and having utility within a closed ecosystem, and behaving like a credit, and that's something that for me makes sense. And the other thing, what can it be? Yeah, we need more advisors. We need more people engaged, and people. We are looking for people that are not only focused on the short term. People that have questions about what is sovereign identity, what does it mean to be sovereign, what is the future of nation state, for example. I think that the metaverse is questioning the notion of nation state. That's discussions that we are very happy to have with the community and anyone in the audience that is interested in this kind of topics. And how can we truly leverage the power of tokens for real world economy, not only chasing a high and low of a market in a very finite market. Because the let's be honest, the crypto market is small, and if we don't have use cases that attract the mainstream, our ability to grow will be very limited. And the last time I was looking for the amount of tokens that exist, it was like 12,000, something like that. I was like, wow. So yeah.
Okay. So I have one question from one of the comments here. This is from at Zini Bells. Is the newly launched data wallet centralized, and how secured is the user's fund in the wallet? Which other extra security layer did the Datachain DC team add to the data wallet that makes it stand out?
Yeah, actually, we are the current version of the data wallet is as I would say as secure as MetaMask. So this is the level of security that you have in the wallet. It's perfectly encrypted, and but still it can be, there are some risk. So what we have decided to do is to create what I call hash-based communication protocol,
Mm-hmm.
where basically if we have to transact together, we will share the two pieces of a hash. So I will have 50% of the hash, you will have 50% of the hash, and this hash will be recorded in each of our wallet. And only you with this hash will be able to connect to me with the other part of the hash, which means that anyone that do not have a hash cannot connect to my wallet, which also means that there is no need for a permanent public address. So the address of the data wallet will be randomly generated. So every time there is a transaction, there is a new address that is generated, and with the new addresses come a new hash that is shared amongst the two wallets that are participating to the transaction. So if you understand, if the person that asked the question understands why it's irrelevant, so may it say, but that's how we solve the part of the program of the security. And then after we have obviously the encryption protocol that we are using. We how to say that, we use RSA as a protocol for the for the wallet, and we were trying to improve it as much as possible, um, because some of the use cases we have are involving corporate organization, and that's it.
Okay, no problem. So another question from one of the comments is, this is from at blah blah 02. My question is Datachain thinking of listing in another exchange aside from where you are currently listed now?
Yes, definitely. Our main goal right now is to work to be listed on platform like CoinGecko and Kraken. So one of our advisors, so Matt, recommended us to avoid two-tier exchanges because of the limitation in terms of liquidity. So everything we do in terms of you have seen that the Datachain Foundation has a new website. In the near future, there will be the project section will be replaced by a product section where all the products that we have developed so far will be presented, enabling people to have direct access to it without our participation. And this will enable us to basically be 100% market ready for the investors, and market ready for also for the exchanges. So uh, people from Kraken, as I say, KuCoin, that's our main target, because there is a volume, there is liquidity, and obviously it's easier to reach a larger audience with them. And for the hardcore members of the crypto space, obviously we will stay on. We have a Uniswap and decentralized exchange pair, because not everyone wants to be on a centralized exchange, especially when they are increasing their level of KYC that is applied on their user.
Okay. So I don't see any more questions on the comments, so we'll open the floor to our audiences. So anyone who would want to ask questions, just send us an emoji so that we can see that you are active right now and would want to ask question. So let's see. Okay, wait. Oh, we're getting a lot, but yeah, one moment. Okay, let's go at Karia Abdullah one. Is that right? Trey, Trey.
Abdullah one, okay, are there any regulatory hurdles or legal consideration that might impact the future adoption the growth of DC? Okay. um
Yeah.
well, that's a huge one. um I, Yeah, I would say that when it comes to decentralized digital identity, we are working with a French notary, so we avoid this issue regarding the identity, decentralized identity, sovereign identity. When it comes to the tokenization of a tangible asset, it doesn't exist. The tokenized tangible asset doesn't exist right now. I mean, in the mind of the regulator. So I would say that we are maybe 5 years ahead. And so in 5 years, probably, yes, there will be, because the tokenization of tangible assets enables people to escape to some of the of tax rules, because now your house is not anymore a house. It's something that is digital, that is hybrid. So what is it really? So that's, I think that's I don't know if I answer your question. So from my standpoint, nothing can limit our development, and especially because we are very B2B and B2G focused.
Okay.
So we position ourselves as a technology provider in most of the time, and in very few cases, and one of these cases being the DC token, we are the direct service provider.
Okay. We'll ask another audience. Dot at Dream Concept 7. Yeah, just waiting for you to connect. So one moment.
So what is the name?
Dot. Can you speak now? Can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing me up to ask my question. Actually, it's been an informative AMA session, I must say. So, my question is, please, what are the attractive features in your project? What is the vision and goals in your project that you want to achieve in this year and beyond? Thank you.
What I want to achieve in DCA.
Yes, exactly, and beyond.
Okay, this year the goal we had this year was to have our main platform published. We wanted to have the data wallet published on iOS and Android. It is done. We wanted to have the first version of the Nanoverse published. It is done. It's available on iOS, or I would say Apple and Microsoft environment. And we wanted to be able to start onboarding our community. So this is something that what did we start this week or next week? Next week probably. They said for Q4, so October, November, December, the goal is to strengthen the financial foundation of Datachain Foundation. So we have a partner that is operating in Switzerland that offered us to subscribe to a structured debt financing that will enable us to basically execute our roadmap in 2024 with no friction. And the goal for us is on one hand reinforce our financial capabilities. So we start with a bridge round of 5 million. And this bridge round of 5 million will enable us to basically get 20 million funding. This 20 million funding will enable us to grow our operation teams, and it will also enable us to acquire some of the small companies that I was talking about regarding the external growth of the company. And this is how we will basically expand the adoption of our technology by creating some industrial standards. So starting next year, you will probably hear that we are engaged in the acquisition of a butcher here in France, because there is a very powerful and very promising use case in terms of tokenization of the of herb, and so we'll be able to discuss it next year. You will hear that we are collaborating with companies that is specialized in the detection and recruitment of footballers, okay, professional footballers, soccers. I'm talking about soccers in this case. So we probably take some participation in a company, in this company as well. Obviously, the company for the tokenization of, the predictive maintenance of smart light, and maybe, I'm not sure, companies that is specialized in the maintenance of green mass, trees, and etc. So this is what you can expect from us next year, which is basically a diversification of the portfolio of use cases and investment of the foundation within several industries that will also reduce the risk in terms of failure if one of the use cases doesn't reach its product market fit, and that will also secure the investors as a whole, because the activity of the token that are meant to support the adoption of the token on the market will be supported by some real world use cases where the token will be acquired on a monthly basis for all the companies that will be using a subscription based model, and maybe on the yearly model for all the project, where basically for running a smart light maintenance node, a company will have to purchase maybe 10 million DC in advance, and then every time maintenance will be down, it will be burned within the cluster of the city using this predictive maintenance use case of our technology. I don't know if I answered the question.
It's not
It was quite extensive.
okay. So I have another. We'll choose another person to ask question. Tokyo, Tokyo, Serene 0399.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, oh, there was an error adding. Why? Okay, let's go to the others. Um, let's go Ziwa. Ziwa. Okay. Can you hear us? Oh, still connecting. Oh, there. Can you hear us, Ziwa? Username is at underscore Z19.
Exactly. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Hello, Ziwa.
Yeah, thank you, for bringing me up, to ask my question. Datachain, you have said a lot about, about your project, and I must tell you, it is inspiring. You have a lot, going on. You have a project out there. Yeah, my question basically is, I want to really know, the team behind your project. Your project is such a huge project, so I want to really know the experience of your team, in the blockchain ecosystem. Like, what is the experience of your team behind this project? Like, how many years have they been into the blockchain ecosystem, and what other notable projects have they worked on apart from Datachain? Thank you.
Okay, as I was saying, we Datachain Foundation. I will talk about the initiative, and I will talk about our background. So our DNA and our background is from the big data and artificial intelligence. So we were not from the crypto and blockchain. So we come from the big data and AI. And in 2018, we have been invited by people from Iconic Lab and all the ecosystem of FinLab AG in Frankfurt, Germany, to join the acceleration programs that they created at the time. So if you want to know since when we are in the crypto space, so it's since 2018. If you want to know since when I am, and we are in the tech, I'm in the tech industry since 2006. So it's quite a long time. So I come from the open source community, technologies like JavaScript, PHP, Linux. So this is my roots, I would say. And then from there, I moved from into the big data, and I spent a year and a half working with a research team at the University of Sorbonne about attention mining and data mining. So our strength is multidisciplinary. So this is things if you want to create a Google, or if you want to create IBM or Apple, you need people that have all the skills sets that are required to try, to experiment, to fail as well, because we failed quite a lot and very severely sometimes, and to learn from your failure in order to build something that is more and more relevant and useful. So our background is open source technology, AI, big data, and since 2018, blockchain, crypto is something we get involved in later. We started getting very involved in crypto in the late 2019, early 2020, and digital twins is the future. I assume we will be probably joining the digital twin consortium. We'll be part of this organization in a few months. So, and when it comes to environment, we are very involved into the corporate innovation ecosystem here in Europe. We collaborated with acceleration program like Startup Autobahn in Stuttgart. It's a program that is run by Plug and Play. For those that are into startups, you know who Plug and Play are. We work with the amazing team from Mind the Bridge as well. That's for me, that's one of the best corporate innovation company in the world. And in Dubai, we are part of the ecosystem of the Ministry of Economy with Dubai SME, and they have a platform named IAP. So this is so our ecosystem is a very extensive one. Research, innovation. Receive my company, the sister company of Datachain, received the grant for the European Commission for the quality of our research and of our innovation. So yeah, can be a very long resume if I have to share everything.
Okay, thank you so much. So that wraps up everything. Is there any last thing that you want to say to our audiences or to those people who will listen to the recording of this Twitter space?
Yeah, I would say that we truly invite everyone to follow us, to join our Telegram channel. We don't speak a lot because we're trying to be consistent when we write something. We are inviting everyone that can to join us for State of the Block 2023 from 16 to 20 October. It will be amazing. We are working very hard to make it being something unique. And yeah, support us as you can with ideas or advice, anything, opportunities. We are very open. And thank you for being there. I've seen that there was quite a lot of people. There was a lot of questions, and that's very pleasant to see that people.
Yes, thank you so much. So, to everyone that has joined us today and to everyone who's going to listen to the recording of this Twitter space, thank you so much. And Case, thank you so much for joining us this week. So, guys, see you again next week. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.